deep blue, underneath the ocean, will control the oceans wide, from down, down, underneath the sea.
I'm Rear Admiral Thomas M. Dykers, retired. The destruction of enemy vessels was, of course, the main goal of submariners during World War II. And perhaps because of the closeness in which these men lived, competition was a completely natural result. The fierce loyalty and unswerving devotion of a man to his boat being readily recognized, understood. This story is about just such a loyalty. The boat is the USS Tautog, which sank more enemy vessels than any other fighting unit of the silent service. Because of the Tautog's long and brilliant record of service, we've chosen a special way of telling her story. A story which begins at the Naval Hospital at Pearl Harbor not many days before the war's end.
So good luck, Hanson.
Just one thing, Doc. Is it true about the Tautog being missing?
Oh, it's scuttlebutt, that's all it is. There's nothing unusual not to hear from a sub on patrol. But he, well, he's got it in his mind that they're lost for sure. So try, Hanson. Try real hard.
Hey, boy. You ain't about to get them tubes loaded just sitting and staring like that. Come on, get with it.
Ernie? It is you.
Nobody else. Boy, if that don't frost it, a guy gets himself a little cut and look at him. What are you trying to do? You trying to make a permanent liberty out of this? A gold brick at your age? Come on, Frank.
You've heard about it.
What are you talking about?
You know, Ernie.
Oh, the Tautog. Oh, come on, Frank. They'll make it.
Will they?
Oh, boy. They make one little patrol without you, so you're convinced somebody tagged them. What is that?
The doctor sent you in, didn't he, Ernie?
Well, no good trying to snow you. Yeah, he sent me. Because a guy can make himself real sick, brooding like this.
Oh, come on, Ernie.
You want me to level even more? I'm supposed to get you to talk about the sub, about anything, just so you open up.
You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't know what it's like.
Tell me what it's like. No, I mean it, Frank. Look, I got no complaint because I didn't make out back at sub school. I like destroyer duty. But, well, it's like you study piano and you wind up playing trombone. You never stop wondering what the piano would have been like. Well, that's the same with me and subs. Well, I always wanted to ask the sub guys, but, well, you know, it's liable to come out foolish. Well, you I can ask, Frank. Boy, you ought to know, being on the Tautog right from the beginning.
From before the beginning. Weren't but 5 subs at Pearl on December 7, 41. The Tautog was one of them. We just finished a full-time training patrol off Midway, and we were back at Pearl for refit. It was like any other Sunday, only a few of the guys aboard, reading, writing, getting ready for church, thinking about breakfast. You know, that kind of day.
Well, I could starve waiting for you, Frank.
Sorry, Paz, but I had to finish that letter to my kid brother.
You still want to quit school?
Big stoop. Join the Navy, join the Navy. That's all he could write about.
You could do worse.
A lot worse. But let the kid finish school first. I can't get that through his head. Oh, I got to see Lieutenant Sigler for a minute.
What for?
Well, I got to tell him that the gyro spindle on number 4 tube is working smoother. Oh, it'll only take a minute. Come on.
It sounds like a flight returning to Hickam Field.
Barney.
It sure sounds like a lot of them.
Yes, Kellogg?
Just wanted to tell you the gyro spindle on number 4 is fine now, sir.
Sunday morning practice? That's something new.
What now?
Forgot my letter. I won't be a minute.
Attack! Get a gun crew on that 3-incher, quick! The 3-incher now!
Gun crew to the forward gun.
Full-scale enemy attack early on a Sunday morning during peacetime. It was the sneak punch of all time. Pearl Harbor was a sitting duck, never had a chance.
The 3 inches frozen, Barney. Won't elevate too long underwater on that training patrol. Well, throw rocks at him if you have to.
The men were worse off than fish in a barrel. At least fish could dive. You couldn't call it anything but murder, and still the men were great. They fought with anything they could find, did incredible things. The odds didn't mean a thing. At least Pascual Mignon, Torpedo Man First Class, didn't believe them. He manned a machine gun and single-handedly brought down a Japanese torpedo plane. Hopeless as it was, they never stopped fighting, not for a second. But they might just as well have been armed with pebbles. 3 hours of it before the last of the attackers disappeared into the distance. And what they left behind was something out of a nightmare. 19 warships had been sunk, gutted, or mangled. Over 3,000 Navy and Marine Corps officers and men had been killed.
There'll be a lot of paying back to do.
Well, subs will do their share. Count on it.
Submarines were to do more than their share. And in vessels sunk, the Tautog was to do the largest share of all. In March of '42, she departed Pearl on war patrol. Under the command of Lieutenant Commander J.H. Willingham, she quickly began piling up her incredible score. Off Japanese-held Wake Island, stronghold of enemy strength, RO-30 submarine sunk. Off Truk, strongest enemy fleet base of the South Pacific, I-28 submarine sunk. Near Palau, she seriously hampered the all-important enemy shipping to Guadalcanal. In the South China Sea, she did her share of sinking supplies meant for the already overrun Dutch East Indies. And even more of same, off the coast of enemy-held Indochina, the Tautog was indeed paying back. In fact, she was only beginning. By Christmas time, she stalked still another important hunting ground, the shipping lanes of Ombai Strait north of Timor Island. Her captain by now was Lieutenant Commander Barney Sigloff, a man with good reason to worry.
Any luck with the radar?
Not yet, Captain. They're still working on it.
Fine time for it to foul up. Plenty of shipping going through here.
If we run into any of it without the SJ, we're going to have to chase it by eyesight.
Well, that was the point.
You can see you're not much for checkers.
That kid wouldn't listen to me. No, not him.
Oh, Frank, how much longer are you going to do this bit?
Well, how would you feel?
I'd have sense enough to do this.
Now, wait a minute.
Because, face it, your kid brother did quit school. He did join the Navy. And that's that.
Second section, relieve the watch.
I'll take red this time because it's almost Christmas.
Deceptive out there with those coastal mountains in the background.
Contact off the starboard beam, Captain.
Can you make it out, Ed?
Not sure. Those mountains.
Sound?
Are you getting anything on bearing 042?
Nothing, Captain. Relay that. Getting it now. Screw noises. Bearing 042.
He came out of nowhere.
Chance he might not see us.
That's a chance we can't afford to take. Clear the bridge. Dive! Dive!
Real short check again, huh?
To be continued.
Hey, Frank, just thought of something. Hey, Frank? Merry Christmas.
Same to you, kid.
No. That can wait, nurse.
Whatever you say, Doctor, but Kellogg hasn't eaten.
Well, that's much better for him than food.
A fine place to leave a guy.
What?
Well, come on, will you? Look, the radar's out, the ship contact, the Tautog dove to get away from the plane, so?
Oh, come on, Ernie.
Oh, boy, I wouldn't leave my worst enemy hanging like that. Come on, what happened?
Well, I guess you could say we got a Christmas present a few hours early. Because an hour later...
Plane's gone. Where are those screws now?
Bearing 324, Captain. Sounds like two sets.
Real narrow channel, but whatever's up there, I want it. Surface! Now, between the mountains and that shore haze, it's rough.
Moonlight sure would help.
It could also give us away. A narrow channel like this wouldn't be too healthy. Well.
Signaling to his escort. Sure can know we're here.
He's gonna find out. Now, here comes your moon. Clear the bridge. Dive! Level off at 60 feet. Battle stations.
$60 feet, sir.
Up scope. There's a big man with signals. Down scope. Steady on new course 350.
Steady on new course 350.
Here, that moon you ordered? It's on our side now. Let's hope it stays there.
Driving in, Captain Sigler stalked the target. The moon was no help, disappearing, then reappearing frequently. Finally...
Down scope. Make ready all torpedo tubes. Set depth at 4 feet.
Make ready all torpedo tubes.
Good sized freighter.
Torpedo depth
We'll have to get him
4
quick. Straight's real narrow here. Up scope.
050.
Range.
Mark, 1,900 yards.
Down scope. Angle on the bow, port 40.
All torpedo tubes ready.
Final bearing and shoot. Bearing. Mark.
021.
Set. Shoot.
Fire 3.
Two hits, dead center. Down scope. Take her deep. Rig for depth charge.
Rig for depth charge.
Escort turning.
One break. We'll have water over us. Pretty deep straight.
But narrow. They won't need too much imagination. Bring her around to the west.
Right full rudder. Steer 270.
Right full rudder, steer 270.
There was little room for maneuvering and a great deal of just waiting to be done. 10 hours of it. 10 hours of listening to the angry pinging and wondering which depth charge was marked Tautog. But again, luck held.
A long time to stay down. 10 hours.
It could have been a lot longer. The rain were any better.
No argument, Captain.
Oh, Ed. Anybody ever says there's no Santa Claus, tell them about the last 10 hours.
Pleasure, Captain.
Tautog was en route to Ambon now, an area where anything might be expected.
What is it?
A boat, Captain.
Let's go alongside and see what she's hauling. Get the gun crews ready.
Aye, aye, sir.
The old man's kind of wasting his time on that, ain't he?
You ever know him to waste time?
Oh, how many torpedoes do you think she carries, huh?
No joke. This won't be the first time the Japanese use these to carry radio equipment or enemy agents. Anyone here speak English?
Oh, I speak some. I am Nemo. Ali, flesh of my son.
Hello, Joe. Hello, Joe.
That is his English.
Take a look, Kellogg.
Right, sir. Sir, I don't. Sir, I don't. We are Nuvan. You call tribe.
You have papers?
Oh, yeah.
You've cleared a lot of Japanese ports.
The winds tell us where to go. We do not complain.
Hasn't been anything received on this since the Happiness Boys. It's very old, useless. It's, this I'm worried about.
To survive, One must make no one angry. No to one.
Seagoing tribe, Dutch papers from way back. Captain will probably just let him go.
Really? You shame me before others. Yours, Tuan.
Not mine, mister. You made a mistake.
Thank you, Tuan. Tuan, yesterday, that way, a Japanese warship, very big. You have a boat of much swiftness.
Thank you. Small bet? That kid. How much like your brother did he really look, Frank?
No bet. A small kindness. And the result of it, the return of it, less than 48 hours later, off Ambon. A Japanese cruiser, the Tory class, badly damaged. And still the Tautog was only beginning to pay back. An endless record of achievement. From April of 42 to January of 45, patrol after patrol, sinking after sinking. The score, 26 vessels and over 72,000 tons of enemy shipping sent to the bottom. And there was more. Special missions. The planting of deadly minefields off Cape Padaran in Indochina. The landing of special agents on Cabana Island. Even the strategic bombarding of islands like Faye. There was no end of it. No end. That's how it was, Ernie. Like that.
Oh, Frank. A bunch of them come through that. You think anybody's going to take them this close to the finish? You're looking for trouble that just ain't, boy.
Am I? Got myself a double worry. My kid brother finally made the boats. The Tautog. Went out on the one patrol I didn't. This one.
And he did a good job, too, Kellogg. At least that's what Com Sub Pack says. Doc, I got the word just a few minutes ago. The Tautog's safe with all hands. She's heading home. But it's been a long day. I didn't realize I was so hungry.
Oh, Doc. Thanks.
Why don't you stay and eat with him, Hanson? I imagine we can spare the food. And I'd make a small bet that he's got his appetite back.
No bet, Doctor. No bet at all.
I'll be back in a moment with our special guest. And now I'd like to introduce one of the captains of the Tautog during her wartime career, Captain W.B. Seaglaff. Barney, a boat with a record like the Tautog's could be talked about for hours, and we still wouldn't cover but a particle of it.
I couldn't agree more, Tommy. She was quite a boat.
The Tautog had 3 commanding officers during her combat career, and all 3 were a thorn in the side of the enemy.
Of course, you know that's a sign of an outstanding crew.
With the Tautog's record, they had to be. But good crews don't stay good very long under bad leadership.
Well, she started the war right under Joe Willingham. The first 2 ships he sunk were submarines. From then on, we skippers couldn't find enough targets to suit that crew.
Well, you found enough to stand first in the number of ships sunk of all our submarines. I'm sure our audience joins me in saying hats off to the Tautog.
Thank you, Tommy.
Please be with us again when we bring you another true and exciting story of the silent service.
Take her down and up in line through the deep blue underneath the ocean. We'll control the oceans wide from down, down underneath the sea. safe and source, will pass the word in the futures yet to be. That will say, as long as there's a submariner underneath the sea, so rig for dive and take the count. Down, go down, down, underneath the ocean. Fearless men will find me down in the deep blue underneath the sea.